More than 170 countries, more than 4 lakh cases. The Wuhan Coronavirus has taken almost 20,000 lives now. Every day the numbers are rising. We're battling a full-blown health crisis. China is guilty of a cover-up. But could China have pulled off such a cover-up alone? What about the world's biggest multilateral health organization, the WHO? Has the World Health Organization failed? Taiwan says yes. The WHO has failed. The Vice President of Taiwan, Chen Chien-jen, has spoken out. Taiwan had sent an alert confirming human-to-human transmission of this virus way back in December. But the WHO ignored those warnings and succumbed to pressure from China. Now, you could say that Taiwan has an axe to grind. It has been barred from membership of the WHO thanks to China. But Taiwan's arguments have merit. The coronavirus crisis began in January, according to the Chinese. And the WHO has always seemed a step behind. It declared the outbreak a global health emergency when more than 8,000 people were already infected. The WHO dragged its feet when it was supposed to declare a pandemic. And it's unfortunate, but history is repeating itself. During the Sars outbreak of 2002, China committed the very same mistakes. China's health ministry was aware of the outbreak for months, but they did not tell the world. Ultimately, SARS spread to 29 countries and killed 774 people. In 2005, the World Health Organization, the WHO, underwent sweeping reforms. International health regulations were revised. The WHO was given many more powers. The list of powers includes the authority to act upon information from non-state sources, meaning if a country like China does not alert the WHO, then it can rely on other sources to take action. It can still issue advisories. It can still alert the world. The WHO Director General has the power to declare an outbreak a public health emergency, even if states directly affected by the crisis object to such a decision, meaning they could have acted even in the face of Chinese objection. The WHO was also given powers to name and shame those countries that do not comply with international health regulations. In the case of China, the WHO used none of these powers. Why did it not follow the new rule book? Why did it not call out China for suppressing the facts? Instead, Beijing was praised for its response by the WHO Director General, no less. In the month of February, the organization said that there is a window of opportunity to contain the coronavirus. Well, we've not seen it yet. Clearly, the WHO has failed. International health regulations were tweaked in 2005 to avoid a pandemic, but now the world is fighting its biggest and worst disease outbreak of the 21st century. This means that the system is broken. WHO relies on its members for funding to operate. Such a setup gives wealthy countries like China the upper hand, also considerable influence. The biggest example is how China has been able to effectively block Taiwan's entry into the World Health Organization. So is this organization irrelevant now? Should the world stop depending on the WHO? We cannot dismiss the relevance of this body altogether. The WHO, whether we like it or not, is the only organization that can declare a pandemic. It is the only world body that can mobilize international resources in the event of health threats. But the current coronavirus outbreak shows that the WHO has a broken setup, one that can be easily influenced by powerful nations. The WHO's credibility is under question. Now it needs radical changes to remain relevant.